Ayo, it's your boy, Blue Flame here, back with another video, and today I have a new what if for you guys. Shit, so, I don't know how well this is gonna do. This is, as the title kind of suggests, what if Naruto had Spirit Spear Basquias? It's from the 7 Deadly Sins, of course. But it's not Spirit Spear Chastity-ful, it's Spirit Spear Basquias, which is a more powerful version of the Spirit Spear Chastity-ful. Anyways, I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this what if. I kind of wrote a script for this. One of my friends wanted to do, he wanted to, come on my channel, but then he left, last minute. So, I have to do this by myself, unfortunately. So, yeah. I hope you guys, as I said, enjoy it. Make sure to join my Discord and follow me on Instagram as I'm, start posting there and shit. Make sure to go check out my thumbnail maker. All that shit will be in the description, really, man. Let's just get right into the video. Alright, here's a little bit of a backstory on, the Spirit Spear Basquias, so you guys can kind of get up to date with it. Alright, so the Spirit Spear Basquias was used by the first Fairy King. The first Fairy King is, of course, the first Fairy King. He's right here on the thumbnail, the guy with the butterfly wings. He's that guy. This guy was the Fairy King until he died and was reborn as one of the 10 Commandments. Yeah, he became a demon, and I don't know what else I can say. Well, some people think that the Spirit Spear Basquias is actually weaker than the Spirit Spear Chastity-ful. The Spirit Spear Basquias is definitely more powerful. It's just that King can use his Spirit Spear Chastity-ful way better than the first Fairy King, which I don't remember his name, and it's probably gonna be irrelevant because I really don't need his name for this what if to for me to do this what if. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get right into the video. So we start the story off with a Naruto that is walking into the academy, and he takes a deep breath, and he thinks in his mind. He's wishing that he can finally make some friends. He can finally find some friends that he can rely on, he can trust on, he can play with. He doesn't have to pull any more pranks and stuff like that. And he's like, please God, please, please let me have friends. And he walks into the class. Everybody who was chatting just becomes silent. Everybody. And they look down to where Naruto just enters the classroom. And they're like, what? They're like, who is he? And then they're like, somebody shouts, they're like, I know him, that's Naruto the demon. And everybody starts whispering, they're like, what? Why is he here? Is he gonna try to kill us? And stuff like that. Naruto hearing all these whispers with a smile, he's like, he kind of expected this, so with a smile, he goes up to his desk and sits down. And, everybody just stops, talking for a second. Then everybody laughs. They're like, wait. They allowed this demon to come into our classroom? He's supposed to learn? Isn't he supposed to be like, I don't know, a demon? I thought we weren't supposed to let him in and shit like that. Naruto's like, wait, what? So this was all kind of set up? I was set up? And he's like, I was set up? Then he starts crying. He's like, why? Why is my life so hard? He's like, why? And everybody's like laughing. They're like, "Look, the demon's crying. I think we got to his nerves, or I think we made him sad." Naruto with teary eyes, he just like rushes out of the classroom and goes right to the forest. And this is when we do a little skip to the sacred tree. Now we're of course in the world of the seven deadly sins, and we kind of pan into the sacred tree, and the sacred tree. I feel like it talk to itself and nobody else. I feel like it has emotions because it's the sacred tree, right? So the sacred tree has been searching for many millennia actually for a host for the Spirit Spear Basquias. Ever since the first Fairy King died, he left his, Spirit Spear behind. And the sacred tree took it upon himself and to find a good owner for it. So this is when we skipped the perspective of the Spirit Spear itself. And, it's gone through galaxies, many universes actually. It's in deep space, by the way. And this is when only for himself, he sees like a beam of light. And, he kind of thinks to himself, or the sacred tree kind of thinks to himself, he's like, finally, I found the right owner. And this is when we skip back to Naruto's perspective. And, Naruto's like, he's like, why is everything so hard on me? And, he looks up, he's like, I want to be powerful. And that's when a shooting star, passes by. He's like, hey, maybe my wish is actually going to come true. This makes him kind of happy and stuff. So he starts walking back. And he wants to look, he takes a glance back at the shooting star. And he's like, wait. I thought a shooting star was supposed to disappear by now. Why is it actually, becoming bigger and bigger? It's like, what? What is that? And he's like, oh shit. He looks back again. He's like, oh shit. That thing's coming right for me. And he starts running. And he just runs as fast as he can. And right behind him, he just hears a big boom. And Naruto's sent flying. And, he of course recovers and stuff. And this is when he looks back and he just sees something, something shiny. And, of course, Naruto's curiosity took the better of him. So he kind of gets closer. And he looks around and he sees that the shooting star is actually not a shooting star, but something that looks like a spear. So Naruto, kind of wanting to touch it, having like an urge to touch it, touches it, and this is when he gets a flash of memories about everything. The first Fairy King, the abilities of the spear, the world of the seven deadly sins, fairies, demons, the demon king, angels, gods, everything. And and he just collapses. Naruto wakes up and thinks he just saw a bad dream. And he stands up and he looks right in front of him. He's like, wait, what? So that dream I just had, it's real? It's like, wow. He's like, wow. So those memories I just had looks like it was the previous owner of the spear. He's like, I can't believe that, this spear was actually passed down to me out of all people, people that, Naruto's like, people, somebody like me who thinks, who has a demon inside of him. So Naruto, of course, now having like the acceptance of the Spirit Spear, can actually pick it up. And this is when, his first ability comes to his mind. This is the tentacles, or the 10th form of the Spirit Spear Basquias. also known as Emerald Otto. So he also gets a flash of memories. He gets not a flash of memories. He starts getting like a better understanding of, his world and the seven deadly sins. He compares them, and he comes to the conclusion that, his world is way weaker compared to the seven deadly sins. He's like, I might have thought my life was hard, but going back to this, back to the seven deadly sins world, they have it way rougher than me. I mean, hey, I might have a demon inside of me. People might call me demons, but there are actually demons inside of that world. It's like, that's cool though. He's like, there are angels, there are fairies. It's like, maybe one day I'll be able to go. So this kind of changes his perspective on his world and shit like that. So when he woke up, it was around noon. So, Naruto is like, hey, since school is probably over at around this time, I'll go ahead and train on this new form that, this spear taught me. So throughout the whole day, throughout the night and day, he learned Emerald Octo. He first started out with like a small tentacle that was only like a centimeter long, but then after many hours of training, he came up to 3 tentacles, and then finally, at the 10th hour of the day, he got to 4 tentacles that could wrap around himself. And he's like, finally. And he's like, and he goes, he searches through his brain. He's like, according to, the previous owner, this is supposed to be like one of the softest things in the world. And Naruto's like, wow, I can believe him because this is so soft. It's like, and, he's like, he also goes through his brain again. He's like, looks like this has defensive and offensive capabilities. Whoever tries to attack him, they can't really damage him because these tentacles are made out of steel or something even stronger than steel, really. And the offensive abilities are, of course, he could slam a tentacle, and it could almost make like a category 5. I forgot what the categories are of an earthquake. I think there are 10 categories. I could be wrong. He can make it a category 5 earthquake. It's like, wow, a category 5 earthquake if I use all my power. It's like, dang, this is pretty powerful. He could, of course, he could snap somebody's arm. He could do a lot of things with this. And now, let's see. He takes a nap, of course. He finished his tentacle or his workout at like 3 a.m. And I think school starts around 9 a.m. So Naruto takes a nap and wakes up at 8:30. He's like, hey, maybe I'm going to show off my abilities to my classmates and teach them who's boss. Naruto is still Naruto, of course. And, sorry, I have to take a drink of water there. So Naruto, of course, goes to the academy. And he opens the door. And, Uruko-sensei looks over. He's like, you're late, Naruto. And he goes for a bump on Naruto's arm, and Naruto's tentacles catches him, and not arm, on his head. And now, of course, the tentacles think that somebody's trying to harm him, so the tentacles grab his arm and just snap it in half. Now Uruko's like just crying. He's like, Naruto, what have you done? And Naruto's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Well, he doesn't really say that. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. He's kind of cold and warm in the same way. So he's like, he kind of cares about the world, but kind of doesn't at the same time. He's like, if something happens, it happens. He's like, it's like God must have happened it or something. It's like he just goes with the flow, really. So he's like, sorry, didn't mean for that to happen. And now everybody in the classroom, they're like, what the fuck is wrong with Naruto? They're like, did he actually become a demon? Did he embrace his demon, his demonness, I guess you could say? And, Naruto, seeing that he can't really control his tentacles, is like, fuck, I'm gonna have to sit by myself again. So he grabs his desk, and just, like, with one of his tentacles, and just puts it down at the end of the classroom where a window is. And he just starts to sleep. He's like, you know what, because he's still kind of tired from all the training he did, and shit like that. So about an hour later, Iruka Sensei comes back, and he's like, all right, now that I have this arm, he's like, now that my arm is healed, let's get back to class. And, Naruto wakes up again, and, he hears his stomach growling. So he was like, oh shit, if I ask Iruka, my tentacles are gonna go crazy. And if he tries to punch him, no, if Iruka tries to say no and tries to hit Naruto, his tentacles are gonna, of course, protect him. It's like, fuck. He's like, the only way I can do this is the perfect plan. He's like, alright. He breaks the window, he just hops out. And Iruka Sensei's like, what the fuck? I did allow you to leave. And, by the time he says that, Naruto's gone. And, Naruto's just walking. He's like, he goes to Ichiraku Ramen. And he's like, can I have my favorite ramen? And, the guy's like, sure, Naruto, here you go. Naruto takes the bowl and comes right back to class. And, Iruka, he pops into his desk. And Iruka Sensei felt that. And he's like, right on time, Naruto. We're about to have our duels. Naruto's like, huh? What do you mean? Duels. And, Iruka Sensei's like, just what that means. We're gonna have a sparring partner, and we're gonna duel them. Naruto's like, cool, let me just finish up this ramen. And Iruka Sensei's like, alright. So, everybody else's, sparring partners are the same. And this is when, or goes to canon, and this is when he announces Naruto Uzumaki versus Sasuke Uchiha. And Naruto's like, he slurps up his ramen, and he just starts laughing. He's like, Sasuke Uchiha? He's like, who do you think I am, a squirrel? Even a squirrel could beat this little chump. He's doing this because, he wants everybody to acknowledge that he's kind of like the head. He's the head honcho, I guess, of the school. Not Sasuke. He wants to be noticed. He wants to show off his power, really. And, he's like, even a chump could, you think I'm a chump? And Iruka Sensei's like, no, it's not like that, I just think that, Sasuke is like the best competitor. And Naruto's like, you think that Sasuke can beat me when I broke your arm with one of my tentacles? Iruka Sensei's like, hey, you just caught me off guard there. Naruto's like, here, let's make a bet. If I beat Sasuke, you're gonna allow me to go ahead and, fight the whole class. Now Iruka Sensei thinks about this for a second. He's like, you know what, fine. I'll allow you to do that, but only on the condition that you beat Sasuke. And, so Naruto's like, hey, now that's a better deal. So everybody comes down to the training grounds, and everybody's fight goes to canon. And, this is when Naruto and Sasuke's fight, comes along. Now, all the fangirls are like, beat him up, Sasuke-kun. Yeah, and then, Ino's over here. She's like, yeah, beat his ass. Show him who's boss. All the fangirls are just, like, supporting Sasuke. And this is when Iruka Sensei is like, begin the fight, or it just says like begin, and that's where we're gonna leave it off. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video though. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. If this video does, gets a lot of views and gets a lot of likes, I will post literally tomorrow. I will post this series tomorrow. So yeah, make sure to check out all my social media in the description, like my Instagram and Discord. My Discord is pretty fun actually. If you guys want to come talk to me, or recommend any what ifs to do, or if you guys just need somebody to talk to. So yeah, hope you guys, like the video. I've said that like multiple times. But yeah, thanks for watching.